I'm in front of the main train station in Bohumin, Czechia, on a lovely Sunday in July, having just arrived from Katowice in southern Poland. From here, I'll be taking the RegioJet service to Brno, train R1114 departing at 11:35. I heard a lot about the services offered by this private train operator in the Czech Republic, and I'm really looking forward to trying them out on this 2-hour and 22-minute trip. I'll be traveling in business class, which is the highest level of service offered by RegioJet. So let's go inside and get ready for the trip. Bohumin is a small city next to the Polish border, an important railway junction with services mostly on the north-south axis. The station seems to have been renovated at some point, with a nice main hallway and a few amenities such as ticket counters and restrooms. There is this nice waiting room to the side with access to these restrooms, which are paid entry. With not much else to see here, let's head out to the adjacent platform. Our train is already on a further track, having arrived on the opposite direction service from Brno. The train is being cleaned and prepared for our trip, so let's quickly walk along its length to see the composition. Shortly, I'll show you the inside as well. Attached to the Bombardier, now Alstom, Trax electric locomotive are 5 cars, all in the distinctive yellow livery of RegioJet. The first car is business class, followed by 4 second-class cars providing seats in the low-cost and standard categories. Standard service is usually in compartment cars and features free Wi-Fi, power sockets, mineral water, coffee and daily newspapers. And even the lowest priced low-cost category includes the complimentary Wi-Fi, water and newspapers. This is pretty good, considering that tickets start at about $8 for this 170-kilometer trip. RegioJet is a Czech private transport company that operates trains and buses in Czechia and other European countries. It was founded in 2009 as a subsidiary of Student Agency, a travel agency and bus operator. RegioJet became the first company to compete with state-owned České dráhy, Czech railways. Since then, it has expanded its network to include other domestic and international destinations such as Brno, Ostrava, Košice, Vienna, Kraków, Budapest and the Adriatic coast in Croatia. RegioJet aims to provide high-quality service, comfort and affordability to its customers. They are one of the leading transport providers in Czechia, with more than 20 million passengers per year, and judging by the interest in this train to Brno, that number will only go up. The train on the adjacent platform is the Eurocity 104 from Graz in Austria to Przemyśl in the southeast of Poland. Let's get on board our RegioJet train and walk through the 5-car consist. Note the Swiss Railways panoramic first-class car included in the Eurocity 104 to Przemyśl, rather unusually far from its normal stomping grounds in the Alps. RegioJet uses classic passenger cars that provided 99% of passenger services in Europe up to the early 80s. The company purchased this equipment from Western countries, mostly from Austria and Germany, and completed small refurbishments on all vehicles before putting them in service. The key features added were power sockets and Wi-Fi. The first three cars from the rear are the low-cost category and all started their lives on the OBB, the Austrian Railways, or the DB, the German Railways. By the way, RegioJet did procure some factory new coaches from Astra, a Romanian manufacturer, but none of these were used on our train. The third car is a rebuilt German couchette, the low-cost sleeping accommodation, which now features daytime seats. I just passed the compartment previously used by the couchette attendant, now converted to a small cafe serving drinks and snacks to all passengers. This is the standard class coach, also classified as second class. And finally, here's our car, business class. It appears to be an ex-OBB first class coach with a minor refurbishment, including also in this case fairly large tables in each compartment. I have no specific seat reserved as I purchased a ticket valid on all RegioJet trains between Bohumin and Brno, which are hourly. Let's look at the compartment. The 6 large seats offer plenty of individual space. The announcement volume control and the compartment light switch are both located above the door, with individual reading lights above each seat attached to the small luggage rack. The larger rack is used for most luggage in this car as there are no separate luggage stacks. The compartment temperature is controlled with this selector. We departed right on time, so let's settle in for the 2 hours plus ride and enjoy the train and the passing scenery. Business class features at-seat service of any selection found in the onboard menu. All food items are paid, but the prices are some of the lowest I've seen on European trains. Whatever you order will easily fit on this large center table. Even though in the past these cars featured curtains in the window as well as the glass corridor wall, they have been removed by RegioJet, which is too bad as the summer sun could be a bit of a nuisance. The seat recline is quite good and the leg space very generous, as long as there's no passenger opposite. But even then, it's more than adequate. The headrest can be adjusted for your comfort. Power sockets and a small trash bin round out a timeless European railway first-class compartment experience. As I mentioned earlier, there is free Wi-Fi on RegioJet trains and I had no problem connecting. And look at that great download speed, at least by railway standards. Our first stop was Ostrava, the third largest city in the Czech Republic, where we picked up a lot of passengers and the train filled up close to capacity. After studying the onboard menu, I decided to partake in the stuffed potato dumplings with smoked meat and two kinds of cabbage, accompanied by a cold half-liter Pilsner Urquell beer. The order placed with the lovely attendant was delivered promptly and cost me €5, or less than $6, which is a great price for a train meal. The dumpling dish was very good, by the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board RegioJet train number 1114.
Here we depart from Przerów, one of the larger intermediate cities along the way. The scenery on this railway is not spectacular, but rather offers pleasant countryside vistas, served up at speeds of up to 120 kilometers per hour. Soon we arrive at another intermediate stop, Vyškov na Morave. Back in Ostrava, 3 additional passengers joined me in the compartment. Each seat purchase for a specific train includes a reservation, but as I had an open ticket for the day, I did not reserve a seat. Luckily, only 3 people came to the compartment and they were friendly and accommodating, and so I didn't have to move. Later on, I noticed that the business class car was quite full, so it's probably best if you know your actual train and make the reservation. A day later on this trip, I experienced another full train, this time a TGV, and had to sit in the bar for most of the journey. I'll have a video posted about that adventure. Here's our Trax electric locomotive. This one was still built by Bombardier, which is now owned by Alstom, a huge French railway manufacturer. The Trax is a popular modular locomotive platform with upwards of 2,000 units built in numerous electric and diesel versions for many customers in Europe and other locations in the world. Let's take a look at the restroom, one of 2 in this car. As it's a classic long-distance coach, the restrooms are large by modern standards, and in this case also modified with the retention toilet system. Everything was clean and worked very well. Tissues were provided, as well as paper towels for drying your hands. Plenty of space in the trash, and that little flower is a very nice touch. In addition to frequent announcements, these information screens constantly updated us on the progress of the trip. It's 1:55 in the afternoon and we're approaching Brno Hlavní nádraží, the main station in this beautiful city, right on time. Let's summarize my experience with RegioJet on this route. I paid 424 Czech koruna for this journey for an open first-class ticket, meaning that I could board any train from Bohumin to Brno and take any available business class seat. That's less than $20 for a fully flexible first-class ticket, an excellent value. And this is the most expensive ticket that you can purchase for this trip. Everything worked well on the train, from the air conditioning through a clean and functional restroom to friendly and efficient staff. The scuff marks here and there in the car are a byproduct of high usage, as I'm sure these trains get, and could be easily corrected with a minor refurbishment. I was very happy to finally experience this private operator, and I'm looking forward to traveling with RegioJet again. This was a great trip, and even with the most expensive ticket, very affordable. Here's our track-led train departing for its end station, Brno Kralovo Pole. Thank you, RegioJet.